A supplication for recitation on completing a reading of the Quran. O Allah, you have helped me to complete your book, which you have sent down as a light and appointed as an authority over every scripture that you have sent down, preferring it over every discourse that you have dissertated, a criterion by which you have separated your lawful from your unlawful, a Quran by which you have clarified the approaches to your ordinances, a scripture which you have elaborated very distinctly for your servants, a revelation which you have sent down upon your Prophet, Muhammad, your blessings be upon him and his household, in a gradual revelation. You appointed it a light by which we may be guided from the darkness of error and ignorance by virtue of following it, a healing for him who commits his ears with an assenting understanding to listening to it, a just balance whose pointer does not depart from the truth, a guiding light whose proof is never lost to the witnesses, and a guidepost of deliverance. One who pursues its straight path does not go astray, and will not be touched by the hands of disasters. One who clings to its saving handhold. O Allah, since you have given us help to recite it, and smoothened the coarseness of our tongues through the beauty of its expression, place us among those who observe it as it should be observed. Serve you by adhering in submission to its univocal verses, and seek refuge in admission of both its metaphorical passages and its manifest proofs. O Allah, you sent it down upon your Prophet Muhammad, Allah bless him and his household, in summary form. You inspired him with the knowledge of its wonders to complement it. You made us the heirs of its knowledge as interpreters, and graced us above those who are ignorant of its knowledge, and you gave this capacity to raise us above those who are not able to carry it. O Allah, just as you have appointed our hearts as its carriers, and made known to us through your mercy its nobility and excellence, so also bless Muhammad, its preacher, and his household, its caretakers, and place us among those who confess that it has come from you, lest we should be assailed by doubt about attesting to it, or be convulsed by deviation from its straight path. O Allah, bless Muhammad and his household, and make us among those who hold fast to its cord, seek haven from its ambiguities in its fortified stronghold, rest in the shade of its wing, find guidance in the brightness of its morning, follow the shining of its radiance, acquire light from its lamp, and beg not guidance from any other source. O Allah, just as through it you have set up Muhammad as a guidepost pointing to you, and set forth through his household the paths of your good pleasure leading to you, so also bless Muhammad and his household, and make the Quran our means to the noblest stations of honor, a ladder by which we may climb to the place of safety, a cause for our being rewarded with deliverance on the plain of resurrection, and a means whereby we may reach the bliss of the abode of permanence. O Allah, bless Muhammad and his household, and shed from us through the Quran the burden of heinous sins. Grant us the excellent qualities of the pious, and make us follow the tracks of those who stood before you in the watches of the night and the ends of the day, until you purify us from every defilement through its purification, and enable us to follow the tracks of those who have benefited from its light, and whom vain hopes did not distract from works, cutting them off with the ruses of their delusions. O Allah, bless Muhammad and his household, and make the Quran our intimate in the dark of nights, and against the instigations of Satan and seductive thoughts, a guard, and for our feet, from proceeding to acts of disobedience, an obstruction for our tongues, preventing them from plunging into falsehood, a silencer without blight for our limbs, a restrainer from committing sins, and for what negligence has caused to roll up of the scrolls of self-scrutiny, an unfolder until you bring to our hearts the understanding of the Quran's wonders, and its restraining examples which mountains, despite the firmness, were too weak to carry. O Allah, bless Muhammad and his household, and make permanent through the Quran the rightness of our outward selves. Keep out confusing thoughts from the soundness of our innermost minds. Wash away the dirt of our hearts, and remove the bondage of our burdens. Compose our scattered affairs. Quench in the halting place of presentation before you the thirst of our burning heat, and clothe us in the robes of security at our resurrection on the day of the greatest terror. O Allah, bless Muhammad and his household, and through the Quran redress our lack, through absence of impoverishment drive toward us the comforts of life and an abundance of plentiful provisions. Turn aside blameworthy character traits and base moral qualities, and preserve us from the pit of faithlessness and the motives for hypocrisy, until the Qur'an would be for us at the resurrection a leader to your good pleasure and your gardens, and for us in this world against your displeasure and transgressing your bounds a protector, and for what is with you through our regarding its lawful as lawful, and its unlawful as unlawful, a witness. O Allah, bless Muhammad and his household, and through the Qur'an make easy for our souls at death the agony of the driving, the travail of the moaning, and the succession of the rattling, when souls reach the throats, and it is said, who will take him up? When the angel of death discloses himself to seize those from behind the veils of unseen things, letting loose at them from the bow of death the arrows of the terror of lonesome separation, and mixing for them the venom of death, a cup poisoned to the taste. And we are approached by departure and setting out for the hereafter, and deeds become collars around the necks, and the graves become the shelter, until the appointed time of the day of encounter. O Allah, bless Muhammad and his household, make blessed for us the entry into the house of decay and the drawn-out residence between the layers of the earth. Appoint the graves after separation from this world, the best of our way stations. Make roomy for us, through your mercy, the narrowness of our tombs, and disgrace us not before those present at the resurrection, through our ruinous sins. Have mercy, for the Qur'an's sake, at the halting place of presentation before you, upon the lowliness of our station, steady, through it, at the trembling over the bridge across hell, on the day of passage over it, the stumbles of our feet. Illuminate before the resurrection the darkness of our graves, and deliver us from every agony on the day of resurrection, and from the hardships of terrors on the day of disaster. Whiten our faces on the day when the faces of wrongdoers are blackened, on the day of regret and remorse. Appoint love for us in the breasts of the faithful, and make not life for us troublesome. O Allah, bless Muhammad, your servant and your apostle, as he delivered your message, executed your command, and counselled your servants. O Allah, make our Prophet, your blessings be upon him and his household on the day of resurrection, the nearest of the prophets to you in seat, the ablest of them before you in intercession, the greatest of them with you in worth, and the most eminent of them with you in rank. O Allah, bless Muhammad and the household of Muhammad, ennoble his edifice, magnify his proof, make weighty his balance, accept his intercession, bring near his mediation, whiten his face, complete his light, and raise his rank. Make us live according to his sunnah, make us die in his creed, take us on his road, make us travel his path, place us among the people who obey him, muster us in his band, lead us up to his pool, and give us to drink of his cup, and bless Muhammad and his household with a blessing through which you will take him to the best of what he hopes of your good, your grace and your generosity. Indeed, you are possessor of boundless mercy and generous grace. O Allah, reward him for your messages which he delivered, your signs which he passed on, the good counsel he gave to your servants, and the struggle he undertook in your way, with the best of what you have rewarded any of your angels brought near, and the elect of your prophets and apostles. May peace be to him and his household, the good and the pure, and Allah's mercy and his blessings.